We're live.
Excellent. All right. Hello there, future humans and fellow seekers. This is Nai Coach. With me I have
Jailene.
All right. So still working on figuring out what's going on with my computer. So can't do the two places at once thing. So we'll be doing it in tandem. So that's fun too. All right. Let's see. So first, before we get started, Dire Magpie had posted something in the initial experiments, and so I was curious what you thought, Jailene. I wasn't sure exactly what he was referring to. So you can go ahead and screen share that now. All right, so Dire Magpie is saying, went back to reading after being very busy with some urgent stuff, got somewhat rusty. That happens. It's somewhat annoying that I sometimes tend to be absorbed in stuff that I forget to learn to read even a bit every day. Yeah, it is helpful if you do try to maintain it. And also, there is a level at which you gain a mastery of a given portion of material that it retains. Similar to swimming. If you're learning to swim and you're kind of like getting to a certain threshold, if you don't get past that threshold and you go away, when you come back, you kind of have to relearn. It won't be as slow as when you initially learned, but there will be have to relearn, period. Whereas once you get to where you can, like, for example, tread water, and you've like achieved treading water, or you've achieved riding on a bicycle without the safety wheels on, then you kind of never lose that. It might get a little slower, and you have to kind of like, pick things up, get your timing a little more spot on, but that threshold is achieved. And I try to break those down with the A, B, C, and D grading of the media. Okay, let's see. Before we get into this, I'll just mention one thing I find very helpful with that Dire Magpie, and also who's listening, is that when you're working on a given section, is after you take the quiz, there's an option to take another quiz of just the samples you got wrong. And I like to just keep doing that until I get it all right. And I find that by doing that, it kind of highlights the samples I got wrong. And I find if I get them wrong, go, okay, and I come back, a few weeks later, then I might not have really grasped that, and I'll have to learn that again. Whereas if I do the quizzes where I hammer down on the samples I got wrong, I like hammer on them. I may get them wrong in the second quiz, third quiz, fourth quiz. Each time the amount I'm getting wrong is getting smaller and smaller. And I find when I hammer down like that, then when I come back at another time and I revisit that same kind of quiz, the retention of that skill is much higher. So that's something I would definitely recommend as a tip. Now, as far as what he's doing here, I'm not actually sure. He says he managed to catch a good read shifting to bad in the results. So it looks like he did 3 different quizzes of a similar cross-section, knee versus V.
Or maybe this was the initial score and that was the second score, because he was saying a good read shifting to bad.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure in terms of the screenshots, they all look the same in terms of the.
What was wrong? Or?
I'm not sure the significance of the
okay.
images. So if Dire Magpie, if you want to post some, additional
explanation.
Explanation, we can then chime in.
Yeah, I think it's the best thing to do because I can't quite figure out exactly what I'm saying here. Yeah. But anyway, that advice I said still stands. So anyone listening, when you're taking quizzes, in fact, instead of going on to other quizzes, I find it's good to kind of keep hammering on one till you like have it. Instead of like say doing like knee versus V and then several other cross sections, if you stay with one and keep going on it, then that portion like I've really got a handle on that. But it takes a little while. But once you get that handle, then it's much more difficult for it to go out of your internalized skill set. Okay, I guess we can go back to regular screen then. All right, so something else that Dire Magpie mentioned in, I think, another post was that he found it interesting watching Jailene and I do the reads, because normally we're doing screen share on the video, but now since we, for copyright reasons, we'll be focusing mainly on pictures, and when we do go to video, we'll do that not screen shared to avoid any hassle. And that's why you'll be seeing our faces, so cool. On that, he was wondering if we could do like cue notation. Well, I think that might be a little too meticulous because it could be different for different reads. So I think what might be a better way to answer his question is at a more high level, because I can tell you what you would see without having to kind of cue notate every little cue. In fact, sometimes I might get you into the weeds a little bit. It's better to pull back. So what I'll say is that, first of all, yes, you will see our physiological cues, gear 1, gear 2 stuff as we're doing it. So I'm doing it. You'll be seeing me using Nai, Ji, Zai, and V. And Jilene, correspondingly with her powers, will be Jai, Ni, Vi, and Z. And we'll be using those throughout. So it's kind of cool to see 2 different instruments both performing the same function. So that's kind of cool. But I'll just say, you can chime in if you have anything to add here, Jilene, but I'll just say some things at a high level. When you see Jilene on screen doing it, that is a particular mode that you're seeing us in, which is a mode where we are together and we're on camera. So I'll start with that. There's like at least four degrees I can think of. The first one is what you're seeing with us on screen now. When we're doing the reading, I am aware of Jilene's presence, and I'm aware of the camera's presence, and that affects what I'm doing. So we're not actually just reading the samples. We're reading the samples while being aware we're being observed. Mm-hmm. So a couple things in that. I'll start with Jilene and I. We're going to talk. So part of, I guess best way to describe it is the mental processes, whatever is making it the most powerful is what you want to do. When I'm with Jilene, there's a camaraderie, for one thing. And so actually getting into that camaraderie, even may look for a moment like we're talking to each other and it's not directly looking at the sample, that's increasing our power. That's making it more fun. It's making it more interesting. We're engaging with each other and it's giving inspirational energy. And so that's increasing the power of our lenses. So there's more than just looking at the screen. For myself, there's also the fact that I'm going to look away to my Nai when I'm considering like what is the conceptual context of this. Like a lot of times I'll be looking at something and go like, what does that mean? Would that affect certain demographics? And I might try to imagine where this is going, imagine what I'm not seeing. So I'll be looking at that, and when I'm looking directly, be more V, but I'm going to look away a lot. And sometimes I might just be looking directly and I'll kind of squint my eyes or just sort of sleepy them. And that's my Nai coming in, giving me like conceptual patterns that may be useful. Obviously, if I'm just tracking something like a video game, then there's going to be more V perk up. Same thing with Jilene. She's going to be weighing things. And then also her Ni is going to be tracking patterns. So we are coming at it from 2 different power sets, but both are being used that way. One thing, just kind of like saying that, stepping back on that, would be Jilene and I reading together. We're not on camera. I think we've mentioned this a few times, and it is relevant, I feel, because first of all, we are more powerful off camera. We're trying to help the public as much as we can by sharing what we've doing, but we've said it before, and it's very true. That's not our most powerful mode because being observed does add something our instruments have to be aware of and deal with. But it's a very worthwhile thing to do for the public to see us as best we can. But when we're alone, a couple of things. One, we joke more, and that joking helps the reading. Sometimes we tease each other. Sometimes we tease the sample. Sometimes we tease imaginary people that we are like pretending are watching us. Like we'll say something about what's on screen, and then we imagine what a person watching us probably their opinion on what we're saying is. And that's actually all part of the process. I really don't think we could separate it from the actual reading, the fact of like how we're like grooving as we do it. And we do groove differently off camera. It's more relaxed. Our body language is going to be a little more less upright and paying attention to the camera, a little more slouchy maybe, a little more looking at each other, leaning over, things like that. It's more casual. And there's more joking. There's definitely more joking around. But the joking does help in the reading. It helps in understanding things, and it helps kind of getting over any hang-ups that might have been in the way of getting it. Somebody's like, oh, is it such and such? It's probably such and such. And we have a little joke about it, and we kind of get through that. So you would notice some different cues being used a different way in that situation. Then there's another degree, which is I'm even stronger, as I mentioned before, when I read by myself. When I go in the lab by myself, that is when I'm at my strongest. I have the least distractions. Although other times it's very beneficial to have a partner, because sometimes it's not just pure lens power. It's actually something perhaps that is not in my comfort zone. And Jolene helps me a lot with things that are not in my comfort zone. She's stronger at that and can help me be stronger at that. So sometimes it's better to have that version of my lens than simply having the lens be strongest intensity of flexing. But in general, that's when I'm at my strongest. So if you were to observe me then, I would probably look a lot more, for lack of a better word, catatonic. Since no one is there, I'm just gonna be staring at the screen a lot, and a lot of the cues that will be going on, they would be more subtle. Like the shifts between looking away and looking at the screen, I might just be staring, blinking. Probably a lot of staring for long periods of time and blinking, and then my lips would be like, every now and then, as some of the same interactions I have with Jolene, I also have my higher spirits, but I don't speak them out as much because a real person isn't there. So I kind of just speak them in my head, and maybe my lips will move. I'll sometimes notice, oh, I'm moving my mouth. I'll sometimes listen to what they're saying and I'll almost be like, I'll try to imitate what they're doing a little with my mouth. I think I've seen you do this too. Trying to figure out if it's a Jai or G user. I'll sometimes kind of just like, and am I using my G like a normal G way? A little bit, but I'm also kind of like testing out what it feels like on my G mouth to make the motions that the sample is making. And generally speaking, Jai users, they do things with their mouth that when I like do a little attempt at it, it feels quite awkward for me. So those are three differences right there. And then probably another one is on particularly difficult cases. When I'm working by myself, I will do the thing where I'm kind of staring and just drinking in and thinking to myself, but I'm not doing much movement. And you would have to be looking for very subtle cues because it'd be very little lip movements, very little eye movements, small movements. But when a case gets very intense, I sometimes need to work it through with my higher spirits and those who pay attention to other things I filmed, getting more to the spiritual, peaking realm, how to do your processes best. I talk to my higher spirits, and it often involves me pacing in my room and acting out. So I may go from this kind of just staring mode, and then I'm like, what does this mean? What does it mean? And I like feel like I'm a little frustrated or a little, I'm not quite getting it. I will stand up and I'll start having a conversation with my higher spirits. I'll pace back and forth. I will talk to myself. I will imagine the sample or other things about it. Like I said before, when she and I are together, we do that as well. But in this case, I'm by myself. I'm talking to myself. So as far as like what cues you would see a person getting up, walking around, talking to themselves, sitting back down, staring, talking a little bit, getting up, walking around, sometimes sounding off quite vocally in order to get to where I need to get. So right there, those are four scenarios where the cues you would see would be quite different, although the end goal is all the same. So I'm getting thoughts. That's kind of like a high level of some differences. Anything else you're thinking of?
In regards to just us reading?
Yeah, well, I guess just kind of going off of Dire Magpie's interest in the cues that we were showing while reading, he was wanting to know if we could like do like a cue breakdown that. And I was kind of saying, it'd be challenging to kind of like hone in like that because we would be doing like right there 4 different sets of cues depending on the scenario we're reading in. I throw a 5th one on when we used to actually have more people like doing the streams and so forth, and we were more like because right now we're teaching, but we're teaching an audience that's not here. But we had other people on; they were actually students who were on the call, so that was also different too.
There's more group facilitation and more, addressing the other people on the call, their points and.
But also piggybacking. Sometimes we have more people. This happens with me and Jolene, just the two of us all the time. We'll come in on a sample. I'm like, I'm getting Vijay or Zenai, and Charlene's like, I'm getting like Zenai or Zenai, and then we come to the Zenai together. But sometimes that can help get me there faster or her there faster. When I hear her go, is that such and such? And see, I wasn't, my eyes didn't go there right away, but when she pointed it out, I'm like, oh, and then my eyes hone in because I trust her and I have respect for her skill set. When she points it out, that gives me a good lead So there are leads that will be present in the environment that wouldn't be there if I was by myself.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, I mean, just in terms of what we're doing, I mean, like you said, you'll notice us because we're subjective, we'll be disengaging quite a bit, even, you know, while being in an interface, a hangout interface, we'll still just naturally be disengaging more. You'll be disengaging a lot to your Nai. I'll be disengaging to my Jai and Vi. And so even like you said, you know, we may be looking at the sample, but we have a faraway look because we're actually engaging with both our, we're doing the 1,000-yard stare, engaging with our subjective power. So you'll see us doing that quite a bit. Yeah, so disengaging, and then when we're speaking, our guesses will probably be, you know, in the articulation mode, the ob powers, pilot powers, and then using, yeah. So you'll see those powers play themselves out in you know, the certain patterns throughout.
Mm-hmm. But it'll be different because of the situation and our mojo. So if it was different mojo, they'll be doing a different, same task though. On the other side of what you said, I kind of touched this a little bit, but since you brought that up, I kind of be more specific there, is that when we're on camera, we're much more conscious of dead time. And so although we disengage, we don't disengage the same way when she and I are doing it off camera. Because there's no concern and we're totally comfortable with each other, done this for years. It's fine if we go minutes with silence and we're playing something, and we may be like, can you go back on the video some? And she'll go back on something, watch 90 seconds. And at 90 seconds, we're both just staring or disengaging and not much. And that's totally fine. It would be a little awkward here on camera because we're trying to facilitate people understanding what we're doing. So we're talking out a lot more what we're doing, that when we're alone, we don't spend the energy to do that. There's no need to. So
different purpose.
Different purpose, exactly. All right, so I think that's a good kind of high level answer of that. All right, so today we have a whole bunch of shows that I am curious about and some individual cases that are interesting as well. Let's see, I'm thinking, I wasn't thinking about going in the order that we've been watching them, but I think maybe we should go like an order of size.
Sounds good.
All right, so let's go with Dickensian, because that has a big cast. So this is actually a really cool show. I'm really enjoying this a lot. It's taking the characters of some of Charles Dickens' most famous works, but instead of having them be in their separate stories, their stories are overlapping. And it looks like probably they're going to go off in new directions that never came up in the story at all. They're starting out with some familiar terrain, and then they're having these stories cross over that never happened before. And then I think it's just going to get freaky. So really enjoying it. It's a big cast, although I do think we have a good amount already. Tuppence Middleton.
Miss Havisham.
Miss Havisham. Okay, this sounds vaguely familiar. Do we have this person? I have a guess on this, but let me see if there's anything in here first.
Last name is?
Middleton?
Middleton.
Limited media. Oh, cool. We can change that.
Okay.
All right. She went and got more famous. Nicely done.
Yeah, got some more footage.
We appreciate the effort. I have a guess, but I'm curious if you do.
I'm wondering about Ni's eye with her.
That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, it seems classically like the G outward pucker. The eyes are drinking in a diffuse way, and it looks off.
In that picture, she's a little sideways, but when she's more frontal, she has a broader.
See her here,
you want to go and click on that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty classic.
The pucker, the G pucker, the eyes drinking in, sheer cheeks.
But the energy coming around the G in the mouth area mainly is the lips and the lip plate, not the cheeks.
Yep, that's my guess.
All right. So I'm cool with Ni's eye if you are.
Do you want to look at footage though?
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool. All right, she's Honoria. We've seen her in other shows before.
Yes, and I actually want to take a look at her. because we had thought perhaps Naiji with her, but I'm wondering if there's a chance she's an IZ. Because the lower lip.
It looks like shy.
Possibly.
All right, so Sophie Rundle.
It might be more possibly fun for the audience, or if we just maybe work on them as we get them. Or do you think?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone wants to give us feedback on that, then we'll adjust accordingly.
And also, we can try it this way today and see how it works for our lens as well.
Yeah. So let's go pictures first. All right, so that seems like a lot of lift.
And that last one that looks
yeah, it looks like Cheshire.
The lift.
Middle ring, and it goes sideways. Middle.
She has a thin upper lip and a thicker lower lip, but it still looks like the energy is the curtains going up on the upper lip.
Yeah. Yeah, that
soft wiggle, compact wiggle of the ad-ob.
Yeah.
So I'm going with knees eye if you are.
Yeah, I am.
Cute. Tuppence. New mojo. Knees out. All right, so next up is
Sophie Rundle.
Yeah, look at that lower lip there.
Yeah, the lower lip, and that's elongated.
Yeah, we thought I think we were
think Naiji. Okay, but actually, I had been wondering perhaps knees eye.
I see.
At some point. I see. So that clears it up for me, and from that perspective.
Gotcha.
Because sometimes you can look a little more boxy.
Lower boxy, yeah.
But yeah, the mouth.
I keep getting energy on the lower lip.
Yeah. Oh, she's in Peaky Blinders. She plays Ada Shelby. That's where. Okay, that's where. And we did think Naiji. But yeah, her mouth reminds me somewhat of the Lady in Norseman, the one who's like a.
Which one? The tough one or the queenly one?
The one who's always trying to get position of power. Like no matter who the chieftain to be is, she's always angling for the first lady role.
First lady role.
Yeah. But you know how she has the jaw and kind of her chin juts forward, and she has this jawline also. So, but yeah, that was just on the jaw perspective.
Dude, every picture I'm seeing, it's got that expectant. She doesn't have the placed lips of a G user. It has expect. She's a der. I see the piercing eyes, but always the mouth has a slight slackness and more energy on the lower lip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, lower lip. The cheeks aren't
reacting. In character.
See, the picture like this is where I think you could think Naiji.
Yeah, she's got more. I don't know. It's like baby fat.
Yeah. But again, that lower lip.
Yeah, it's there.
And then slack openness. Here again.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm thinking soft read on her and Naiji.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Who's next? It's a big cast.
Alexandra Moen. Oh, she's the sister of.
Do we have her? She looks vaguely familiar.
Bitter sister.
Bitter sister. She's not nice.
No, she's bitter and scheming. Knees eye. Yep.
That's what I was thinking. Although she's so mean, I was wondering if she was a dirt. But I
know her eyes are kind of just drinking in the whole time. She's just kind of like playing an unhappy character who
Yeah.
once was like misery loves company.
I'm miserable. You will be too.
Mm-hmm.
Arthur Havisham.
Arthur.
Is this a jerky guy?
Yes.
Do we have him, by the way?
Let's see. Joseph.
Doesn't look like it.
Nope.
All right, let's give it a go. Doesn't look like he has a lot. We'll see what we can make of this. Doing a kind of, yeah.
I was just gonna.
Oh, that's good, yeah. I was curious what his Google action was.
The Google.
I have to take in the kind of let the fact go over me. He plays a real jerk.
Yeah, this is him in character.
Him in character. He's a petulant rich boy.
Yeah. All right. Seems like V in some capacity, doesn't it?
Maybe.
It's like,
or
it's
maybe it's
like
drinking
bright.
in. Maybe
Okay.
it's drinking
Maybe
in.
it's drinking in, but it seems.
Like when I saw the show, I was wondering if he might be a Naizee, but I'm wondering he might be a Jaini.
His eyes are so poppy in a way. Like I don't know, that gem.
Are they poppy or are they drinking? They're very drinking, but the brown is kind of not like a crisp brown. Like this here, this kind of reminds me more of a dreamy drinking. But maybe the Geni and it's V you're seeing. I do think I'm seeing
a react in his cheeks.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards Jez.
Yeah, me too.
In the show he plays more hard.
Yeah. There's him here too.
Yeah.
It does look reacting.
I'm leaning towards Genez. Personally. I think I'm seeing Nez like a more of a dreamy signal than Vez.
Well, you may have to, let's go off screen and let's see if he has any video.
All right. Let's see what we got. And Damien Joseph Quinn. I think it is.
Yeah, it looks like him.
Okay, this seems more like Ad to me. Yeah.
Doesn't look like him. No, I think it's
It says
someone else.
Damien Joseph Quinn.
Fuck out at the time.
It's a different guy.
You get the fuck on. I mean, the thing is,
What,
if you just do
he's
stuff,
got different eyes.
I would let's just check. Why don't you go to
It's Damien Quinn, not
it says
Joseph
Damien
Quinn.
Joseph Quinn.
Okay, let's see what his name is.
In Wikipedia. Or something.
Let's solve the mystery.
Mystery.
Who are you? See, Nazi Overlord. He's something else.
Someone else. But anyway, it's a good get because I could use that. So Damien Joseph Quinn. All right. Nazi Overlord.
All right. Now going back to him, maybe he speaks here.
it's getting that balance right.
Yeah.
You know, he's got his own agenda going at the same
This is the
time.
character we want to read too.
Yeah, he's a pure con man. And the good thing is that he's mentioned slightly in
He looks like a Nazi.
so I've had quite
On the right,
a free
yeah.
Yeah,
rein
the one on the right.
Agreed.
to do certain things.
Looks like a
I don't know,
Woody
his-
Harrelson.
Yeah, his way of looking in body language, I don't know, it doesn't seem like dirt to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
he's a very fun person to play.
Which takes us back to the series itself. I mean,
That's
Dickensian.
when
It's
she.
Yeah, I'm
an
wondering.
audacious undertaking,
kind of
really, isn't it?
Yeah.
To kind of to take Dickens, backstories and minor characters and elevate them and to create this new kind of bunch of storylines.
It's cool.
When I first
really
heard
cool.
about the series, I was really curious as to see how they would pull it off because it is a huge undertaking. There is something like 30 main characters.
Yeah, something like
30 main characters, which is massive.
Yeah, he disengages
He's
a
seen
lot.
He's seen he's in his own little.
Yeah, and he's
space.
actually trying to bring him into the conversation.
He's like, no, I'm good.
No, I'm good. Yeah, let's clean up his face.
Nice, yeah.
We were a bit more surreptitious about it.
we didn't flash it.
Can we have another?
Oh, his little shimmy there. That seemed odd to me.
Mhm.
What were we saying before we were so rudely interrupted?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, here we go.
it is very
Yeah.
ambitious, definitely, and I think it's very much a celebration of Dickens' work, putting all
Yeah, that
the
was-
characters that he's come up with.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's kind of a little compact.
Like,
It is. I'm wondering, is there any chance he's an emo Genie? Like, what's the guy's name? Early in his career,
My favorite aspect of it is just how
McAvoy.
bizarre.
James McAvoy?
Like the pain look he
Yeah.
does.
Do you think there's
McAvoy
a-
gives the look.
I don't know. There's a
He
sentimental.
does-
Yeah, I don't know, but he does like this.
Yeah, and his
like,
lips curled in.
Yeah.
It's sort of a bit
Could he
false,
be
you
Ob?
know,
Could he be a
there's
Ninja?
purity to
Because
it
that-
somehow.
I don't know.
But actually
Face seems long.
very dark.
He seems very natural,
And you get
disengaged.
really
Like he's
unusual
really
But his
hurt.
hands are kind of little.
He doesn't engage at all. Like he doesn't engage.
work.
the-
But sometimes, like, Obs, look,
Definitely
you know, can
existed
be
until
disengagey.
came across
Yeah,
it.
that's
Right.
true.
So Joe, have you had? what's
Yeah,
your
but it is
preparation
going
for
up high
the
and
series?
it's kind of, it looks like it's going into his
It has that
eyes.
kind of pain. Well, the Gino had it too, but it has more the pain.
Wondering about like the you know, what I'm seeing, because with the volume of his upper lip.
He has a calmer speaking style.
Yeah, it does. But his fingers are so compact. And they have this turning in kind of arc. That's
We don't
not
have to. We don't have to
natural.
figure today.
But there's layers to it, which are kind of really fun to find out and to play with.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, I'm having trouble. Yeah, see how he curls them,
The work
keeps
I've done
curling
before
them,
is kind of
and that's
mainly
and
just
that's supposed to
rehearsing.
They do seem
more.
loose though. Oh, that's
Yeah,
even longer
okay,
there.
that's
That's even longer.
longer.
I think the jacket he's wearing, it covers it, makes it look shorter.
Yeah, okay.
I went round, he wined and dined me
I did.
with mineral water.
And a corn spag bowl.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about potentially becoming Christmas institutions?
Pretty good. I don't think that's
That's slack.
we'll be
Yeah.
held on to about.
Seeing, it's going up.
Our characters tend to go through some.
Was that like Robert Downey Jr.?
So if
Possibly.
there's anything Christmassy,
Possibly.
there's anything Christmassy within this show, I don't think we're
We're in
really
it.
parted to it. We're not
And his
parted.
emoting has this more like kind of not say pain, but it's different than when G goes up in the eyes. It's more beaming. It looks more in.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have to get more famous.
Oh, or we just have to come back to his case more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's log him. Let's log him as a workbench. Is that what you get? Prioritize.
All right. Let's come back and screen share.
Oh,
find
I think
something
we're feel pretty good about on him like Rom.
Yeah.
All right, which is Nez and Jez. All right, who's next? Yeah, I'm wondering, you know, 'cause sometimes also when they're young in their career, sometimes like Genie can be, they don't show their boldness. Because James McAvoy had a different demeanor before he kind of broke out and got more acclaim.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So we'll see what's going on there. He's the one, the other one.
The other one?
We
Yeah.
we read
it's
him
like
as
Nicey.
a nicey. So
Cool.
Tom Weston Jones.
Next up, Stephen Ray, my boy, I think, or just Ray, and Naiji, he's in red.
Alright.
It's an extra bucket. You know, one of these days, we're gonna have to go through it and figure out, because I can only place the Dickens books they're from about like half of them. There's like 4 storylines at least, like major characters, and 2 of them I don't recognize what story it is. It's been a while. Robert.
He's
Cratchit.
Cratchit.
I have no idea for him, do you?
I'm wondering about Jaini or Naizi or Zaini. Kind of those ones I'm reading.
So sub
Nice. Yeah. It's my impression from the show. Let's see, Dickinson. Or actor, maybe. Maybe brother. I don't think we're going to get there with him.
Okay, but I think I have a soft read on him with this, the pictures in the show.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see the pictures.
Yeah.
All right. That seems like it's going inward. What's going on here? I'm wondering if he's like a Napoleon Dynamite kind of ziny.
Possibly, but I'm leaning towards the shiny.
Okay. It does. I do see the knee.
Mm-hmm. The
and
long.
I see the long. And
yeah, my impression was shiny.
shiny. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
right there.
right there. I mean, that looks classic Jai.
Shiny, yeah.
Expectancy. All right. So shiny.
We will obviously visit when we'll keep working towards the bedrock, the pre-bedrock, and as part of that, I'll be doing cross sections first myself, and then later on with Jarlene, where we, just do 1,000 shiny dudes compared to 1,000 ziny dudes and things like that. But for right now, I think shiny. All right. Jen, Pauline Collins, Mrs. Gamp.
Mrs. Gamp. She was always one
Oh,
of
yeah.
Jen.
Oh, she's actually cases I found tough over the years. I think we have her. Is she currently been read?
Let's see.
I think she's one I wanted to take a look at. That's cool. Some older cases. Worth a
She's
visit.
down as Nisa.
Yeah, and at D grade actually. So actually, she's part of what I'm working on now. I'm currently doing the D grade males.
All right. Want to take a look at
Yeah.
her picture?
I would. Because she's got a very interesting kind of riff.
Yeah, that's a lot of lift.
It is. It is. So I think that is right. I think the things I've wondered over the years, I have wondered about Nijai because she's got kind of the aptly cheeks, and she also can kind of play real salt of the earth pushy characters. So I even considered Zenai. But
Yeah, it seems like lift, gather.
It does. It does.
And see this here, like she's doing it big, but it's going sideways and downwards.
Yeah,
so
she's got the round cheeks, but they're not activated.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's big and it's out, but it's not going into the cheeks.
No.
Seems cool.
Agreed. Always liked her. That thing too. She's been in several movies that I've quite enjoyed. So sometimes you have to give those extra looks because
You have some
associations.
Yeah.
She has a softer kind of vulnerableness to her that I sometimes associate with Jai.
Are they related? They keep showing.
I know.
Let me see. Or is it just that they have a same last name? Children? No.
There we go.
Yeah,
other people in there too.
Okay, they partnered in a buddy movie.
That might be why we're seeing the scene and not necessarily the relation.
Exactly. Oh, even Pauline can't save this.
Oh, that's harsh.
That's harsh.
All right, if I'm good with Nizai.
Yeah, me too. All right, so we already have her in the list that way. So let's go on to the next one. Jennifer Hennessy.
Emily Cratchit.
She's the wife of
Do we have her?
wife.
Oh, that doesn't look like she's super famous.
She looks like more of a character actor, actress.
Yeah, You can do it.
EY?
You can do it, Charlene.
Trying to see if it was EY or Y. Looks like it's Y. Did I spell it right? No, it's 2 N's, 2 S's. 2 N's, 2 S's. All right.
Yeah.
Jennifer,
Okay, Jennifer. So she's limited media. Let's see if we can't change that.
let's.
You can do it, Jennifer. We have faith in you. Don't let us down.
B. All right.
A little bit here.
So that seems slack
It does.
to me. And interesting. Okay.
Seems longer.
Seems longer. Yeah. So I was actually leaning just from the filming on Niz.
Were you? I was between
But-
Niz and I also considered Shiny.
Yeah, and I'm still wondering on Shiny.
But
now.
she looks kind of hard here.
She does. That's the thing. Like
Cheeks aren't moving much.
she reminds me of some actress that I'm not recalling her name right now.
Like this one here.
Yeah. Looks like
A deadpan.
deadpan. Yeah.
She has a lot of shy in the expression, but it's not traveling much.
Yeah.
Yeah, there too. It's got that, you know what I mean, where they have it, the Niz.
Pugnacious.
Yeah, the long, the hang doggy thingy.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen 2 decent pictures, right? So we can at least
Yeah.
put her in.
I believe so.
That one. How about this one? That one. Okay, and this one here. Yeah. What's the IMDb look like? Ooh, how about this? Yeah, I think maybe.
Maybe.
Go put down. I'll see what I can do.
All right.
So we're thinking Niz. Or
I'm just gonna move on.
you're like, All right.
Carolyn.
Mrs. Bump.
She's the one who's a busybody.
Oh, the busybody?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, she looks so different.
Yeah, I know, right? Mrs. Bumble, Caroline Quincy. All right. So she, actress, is that the same one?
Mm-hmm. Looks so different.
I know, right? Where's her? Yeah, she looks different. But she looks like Nazez or has Nez and Zez.
Gotcha. I was thinking, so Serb. I
Yes, sir.
was considering Serb. She looks more Op to me. Like I was thinking Nizai
Yeah,
or Zenai
Or
maybe.
Zenai, yeah.
Is that her dude? Her dude looks like he might be an Niz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She has a sturdier frame, which I sometimes associate with Zenai, so I'm taking that in.
Yeah. Her eyes are more, have a more almond shape than.
I'm looking for lower lip, but so far I've not really
Yeah.
seen that.
Me neither. I'm wondering if that's G.
Same here. Yes,
Yeah, it looks more mackie and it looks looser.
looser.
The wrist.
Yeah, the whole body language.
The lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though she looks a little slightly surprised, kind of like they're not like full on, but I'm not seeing expectancy.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
That hurt there too.
No, someone else. Yeah, they're just loose. It's looser.
Looser. Yeah, still haven't seen any shot expectancy.
No.
Lift and Mackie.
Yeah.
In there, the mouth placement.
Mm-hmm. That looks like Mizai.
Mizai. All right, cool beans. Busybody Mizai.
She played well at her role.
She does, because you're like, stop.
Causing trouble. No, that's what I'm here to do. I roll.
That's what he said. Richard Wright, Mr. Bumble.
Oh, okay. So she's actually she's the lady who wants her husband. She's always chiding him to be lift them up in terms of their station.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I got you now. So it's not the busybody then.
Not the busybody.
Okay, it's the
But still,
social climber.
It's a social climber, and he's serious about it. Richard Wright.
He might not. He doesn't look like he has a whole lot.
Let's see.
Maybe Google. The Google can provide. And he's not very ambitious.
No. And he tries. When he tries, it's not up to snuff for her. Yeah, but he seems to spend a lot of time in the local tavern, much to her dismay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like a Adab.
Adab, yeah.
He might be Nizai too.
Yeah, wondering.
I'm getting kind of like a lift in there, but the cheeks, I don't think, at least this one, aren't very activated.
Yeah.
I think that this couple, because I think they're mainly for comic relief in the show,
Yeah.
and so I think it's the double Nizai.
Yeah, looks like a Nizai.
Yeah, a little trickier too, because he's got the more round face, but I don't think I'm seeing the cheeks activate like there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making a pretty big expression there. He's got brown cheeks, but they're like not connected to the mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And here he does these exaggerated puckers. Usually comes with G. Nizai in particular. In fact, right there, he kind of reminds me of another Nizai. Black and white. The Stooges. Curly. Yeah. The one has a shaved head. Again, I think I'm not seeing him.
Yeah.
In fact, that expression, it doesn't look like his face, but he makes that expression, is the short Nizai from Workaholics.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Jack Black does something a little.
Yeah. It's almost like they're mocking emoting.
Yeah. All right, Nizai.
Nizai. It's cool. We're watching this tonight. Did you watch it ahead of me? You had to watch some more. You had to rewatch it for me. You mind?
No, I don't mind.
Cool. I think what will help me too is if we read who the characters are, like some sort of synopsis. There's so many characters, and it feels like they're really, playing all the fact that the Dickens characters are so well known. I'm like, well, I know about half of them.
We'll get to know all of them. Fagin, he's the thief master.
The thief master. I think we have him. That's what I was thinking.
Shiny. All right.
Interesting. I believe, I forget his name off the top of my head, but in the one that had Oliver Reed playing Bill Sykes, I believe the Fagin in that one is also a Johnny. Oliver Moody.
Ah.
Can you try the name real quick? Oliver Moody. So this guy Anton Lesser, he's the thief master in this current one, but the one that's most famous for playing the role is probably this Oliver Moody. I believe he's also actor. That guy. There is it. There's class, and we haven't seen him yet, John. Last time. That's Artful Dodger. That's his #1 thief kid who befriends Oliver Twist.
I think we've seen him. There is one.
Oh, is there? Oh, I think you're ahead of me. You're ahead of me. Cool. I think, but like, seriously, when I start looking for talented people out there who could, help move the mojo reasoning proof of concept forward, if I could find where like casting director, I don't know if casting directors have any presence on YouTube, but if they do, I want to find them because they have one of the best records. Just they're not even thinking these terms. That's how I was too. Like I actually came to like say typology through another means that overlaps several things. Same thing here. It's like the casting directors, they don't know anything about typology or not. Like their reading ability is so much better than anyone I've seen on typology. Like, I mean, they are like the hobbits, 6 hobbits, all 6 Nijai. Okay, so that's game. That's game. Not saying all casting directors. They do know what they're looking for, and they are definitely visually. They clearly look at like pictures and film of a whole bunch of people and said those ones. Yeah. So they're reading. They're definitely reading.
Okay, Christopher Fairbank.
See, we have him. That sounds familiar. I think he might have been some old show. Is that to do with the pus leg, the worm leg? Sorry, I apologize. I should have given a warning. Trigger warning.
Yep, he's here. He was in the 5th Element.
Nice. That's what I was thinking. And who's rubbing his leg up?
That's
the friendly Nizai.
The friendly Nizai. Yeah.
They make a couple there. They're like both gross. They flirt each other.
Collins,
but they're very cute. They flirt very cutely with each other while being gross.
Daisy.
Who's Daisy?
Daisy. Oh, she's
She doesn't have enough media.
No, wait. Yeah.
Moving on. Get more famous. Edward Barbary. Who's that?
Not sure. Oh, he's the one who's close to financial ruin.
Yes.
Man,
Do we have him?
The father of the 2 daughters.
Gotcha.
One's bitter.
He looks rugged. There, he looks very upper crusty.
Yeah.
Even
more sensitive.
Sensitive, docile.
Adrian. Nicey.
Bam. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. Cool. Who else? Mark Stanley. Game of Thrones. He's moving up because he's minor. He was like Gren or something, or not one of Jon Snow's.
Yeah.
Hanger on.
That was more. Heavy profile.
Yeah, Gren. Oh, yeah. Go Greek geek. Mark Stanley. He's down to G9. That sounds right, but in this one, he's more famous now, and he's got a scar and everything. I wouldn't mind taking a look at him just to.
Yeah, let's do it.
Review this case. Yeah, G9.
Yeah.
That looks like it. He's doing excellent hard man in this one. Cool.
Yep. All right.
G9.
Oh, we're good on him. All right.
That's good because I did not even recognize that was him. I thought it was some new actor. We have him, Nizy from Peaky Blinders.
That's right.
And that's Scrooge. Jaggers.
He's I don't know exactly what his role is. I haven't quite figured it out. He's just kind of like
He's around. Do we have him? Any chance? He looks familiar, but I could just be riffing on another person.
He does look familiar. John. Attention.
Oh, nice. Let's do it. I have an idea. Do you have? I'll let you take lead.
All right. Thinking Chinese.
That's what I got.
Yeah, because Jai drinking it in, long face, looks calming energy, a lot of poignancy. It's going on into his eyes.
Nice. Again, he kind of like the same the other guy had. I won't say that they're like clear, but they're quite bright and very, very open. Cool.
Yep, we got him.
Take that action. So for those out there watching, can you go back real quick? You know, this is all important to pay attention to, but I like to point ones out in particular. Like this is like almost like I'd say at least B grade, maybe even A grade. This is classic, very classic, easy to see Zhai. Elongation, receptivity, approachability, the dancing eyes, which are kind of bright but soft and diffuse. As Jalene mentioned, also the emoting, it's slack, unaware, holding space, and goes all the way up the face into the eyes. So if you want to go, what's a Zhai male look like? Well, that's a good start for your mental data bank.
All right, Ben Starr, he's the suitor.
The suitor. Do we have
suitor? We have him on the list.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, and also wondering if he has enough media. We'll see. Limited in here. Let's see if perhaps he's moved up since then. This is a pretty high-profile role. His role is pretty substantial.
It is.
How big is this picture? Okay, so that's
decent size.
That's good. That's workable.
And there's this.
Yeah, I could use black and white. So okay, he's doable. Do you have read in him?
She and I.
Yeah, she and I.
Yeah, big expressions. Looks like G outward.
I remember comparing the other guy we were talking about. Is Zhai or Jinai, the first one who was with the Nizi in the interview? He was not doing that. Like when he's had those big emotive things, he never gave me that out forward, like it's pushing on me when he does it.
Yeah.
When I say pained, that's the wrong word, but here's maybe a better way of saying it, and maybe help me find a better word, Charlie. But he looks like he's being hit. The Zhai. He hits me. His emoting, I feel like an impact wave.
Outward. Yep.
Yeah, like every picture, I feel like an impact wave.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Nice.
We got him. He was limited media. No more.
Nice. We have raised you up from obscurity. He's like, I had something to do with it. Well, you know. You read your mojo though, so. All right.
We're just making his mojo known to the tribe.
That's right. Peter Cratchit. That's a kid, a little young.
Yeah.
Although, you know what, let's see if we can get him because he does stand out. He's the one, and unlike some kid roles that are more like periphery, his relationship with the young girl looks like it's going to be a primary storyline.
Story driver. And he looks kind of like an IZ.
I was thinking that, or possibly a Zhai.
Okay.
Like right here.
So,
he has flat cheeks.
There.
But here, yeah, it looks, that one, a lot of them, he has kind of flatty cheeks. But look at this picture here.
Yeah.
That looks like a lot of impact.
Okay. I don't know. Sometimes he just looks like a.
He's a lot of Zhai, whatever he is. But I agree. I'm thinking Zhai Nizi.
Just.
Out here. His whole body language. That looks like a tower language to me. Again, like some of these, when you can see cheeks more.
Yeah, I'd like to see video.
Yeah, let's do that.
See what the cadence
And the movements are.
Movements.
Agreed.
Instagram and things like that. And it was really weird. The first thing I read was very graphic. It was a very graphic wake-up call. It was, I'm going to murder you and your family, rape their corpses and feed them to my dogs. That was the first ever comment I got from that. So, yeah, it was quite brutal, but...
Well, that's right, he was the one who killed Jon Snow.
Oh, little traitor kid. Little traitor kid.
He was such a loved character. I feel
He's
like
much
if I
more
didn't get
likable
that
character, this
response,
one.
I would have been cheated out of it. Because, you know, when I read the storyline, I was like, okay, this is going to be big. It's going to be big news in the Thrones community. So I feel like if everyone's a bit like,
Didn't realize how
okay, he's
visceral
dead.
the hatred.
It's going to be, you killed Jon Snow. Kill you.
I just take that as a compliment. My acting team to believe me so much, which
But
I did get some people saying, "I hate your
Heavy
character."
voiced.
Yeah,
but I
the
love
heavy
your acting,
voice
which is the
and
nicer side of things.
the
So yeah,
brightness
all
of his eyes and the
horrible
drinking it.
stuff. There was some nice.
And there's
comments, which I
more
was very
heaviness in
thankful
his
for.
voice and also
Not
slowing down.
Slowing
Quite
down.
a
Not as
jokey,
fast articulation.
banter-filled atmosphere on set, especially with Ben, who plays Ed.
Yeah, and he
John,
consistently
who
has
plays,
jive
Yeah.
going up his,
Sam
at least in his
They're,
cheeks.
they're
and
hilarious
kind
when
of-
you get.
He has some like
they're
nice,
absolutely
flat
brilliant.
cheekbones, but still I see flexation.
And it was
Yeah.
quite a shock when I read the script that I was
Shiny.
killing those two
Shiny.
characters.
Oh, by the way, again, going with the casting directors, that's Cratchit's son. Shiny Daddy was Shiny's son, so
Mhm.
got some game out there.
Yeah. All right. See who's next. Nancy.
Oh, Nancy, yeah. She's the one who's with Bill Sykes, the classic, hooker of the heart of gold character with a bastardo. Although not making him so bastardo in this one so far.
No.
Bill Sykes in the original.
No, he's more. I mean,
Hurt.
he's hurt. He's kind of a coarse character, but yeah, it seems more hurt
Damaged,
and damaged. Yeah, but protective of
Mhm.
her. Her. Go back to the top. She doesn't have a ton.
No. She's interesting. She has some broader cheekbones, so she's for me is a kind of case where I'm wondering about Nizai or Shiny. Because she has a very kind of like that expression there seems very like a Shiny-esque kind of expression that I associate. I'm taking in though her large eyes and her broad
Flat cheeks.
Yeah.
Chiseled.
But some of those photos, like this one and the other one down below that you looked at, she looked looked longer. Is it this one? She's a little sideways, so that could be part of it. But here she's more frontal, right? Still looks a little long.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about her.
No.
Yeah. She almost, yeah, I mean, I'm leaning more towards Shiny, I think.
For this picture here. Yeah. It looks more shiny to me.
Yeah. But let's see some video.
Yeah.
She has it.
If you have it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she should. Everyone should have it.
From a Mojo reader's perspective.
Right, yes, exactly. That would help our work.
Got an audition.
Okay. That expression there looks pretty
Yeah,
poignant.
I was just seeing what else would show up. Yeah, this looks like it's it.
I left no reason to that.
Oh, hold up. Can you pause this real quick?
Please, just let
Can you go, just for me, help me, can you click on this? Yeah. And then just put, oh, and I'll just add it down here. Cambridge School Shakespeare. This is cool. I'm
Yeah, it could be a lot of actors.
possibly, yeah, let's go over some
doing
stuff up for me.
auditions.
Because it looks like it's close up and a good resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, cool. But that right there, I mean, that
Seems
looks,
to be having an allergic reaction.
oh, she's very pale too. She's very nervous.
Yeah.
There's some people who are very pale and they
forbid.
get blotchy on their chest, neck, and such.
Yeah, and stressed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is a lot of poignancy.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
it
looks
reminds me
like
a little
shy.
bit
So
of,
much, you thought her eyes had lost her tongue before she could speak and starts distracting.
Oh, snap! Breaking out the
she's,
Shakespeare.
she's auditioning.
She's auditioning Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have got it from the title, but I didn't realize she was actually doing Shakespeare.
Churlish messenger.
Careless messenger.
None of my lord's room, but he sent her none.
She had game. She has big eyes, but I don't know, this looks like a giant to me.
Reminds me of Jennifer Garner size a little bit.
Hmm.
But with a mixture of a little bit of, you know, that Mijai that has really big eyes.
Not sure.
Oh, there's a lot of Mijai with big eyes, but she has like big, like sleepy eyes.
She reminds me a little bit of like a subversion of the Daredevil reporter female.
Okay.
Alas, our frailty is the cause.
You know, pale, kind of Irishy looking. Looks like she's gonna cry a lot.
Naturally be.
Yeah.
Like the scene, like she
Yeah,
looks like she's
going
gonna
to.
cry. She's not. It's not. I don't think she's going to, but yeah, that's
that's a
right
lot.
there.
There's a lot
Died.
of shy going in. It's going up to her,
And
her
she
face.
seems to total me. What will become of this?
I don't know. I'm good. You are.
Now that
Yep.
I'm man, my state is desperate.
All right. So again, some more credit for casting directors. Her and Bill Sykes, Janez.
Mhm. And that's-
She's a good actress.
Yeah.
She's done this. I really like the character of Nancy.
All right. Martha Cratchit. She's the eldest daughter of the Cratchits.
Do we have her?
Getting married.
She looks Bailey Miller, but again, I could be riffing.
Dying for. Ivy.
Let's check on that.
Interesting, yeah. Oh, nee. Let me just type it in instead. PBD.
You can get all OG with it.
Yeah.
Was she French?
In series one, she's well, she's a hustler and she's always kind of manipulating
looks
her
shy.
way.
She looks shy first.
I think Lottie's always been a little bit.
Eyes are very clear.
Yeah.
She's kind of always been on her own. I think.
Yeah. I think
She's
Ivy is
never really had a
Yeah.
family, so I think she's found her place now, and
Has a more earthy voice.
Yeah.
It's heavy with the
And
jive, but
she's making her mark. She needs to prove herself.
more
I
yang.
think, as
Yeah,
well
more
within
yang.
the group, because you see that she really would do anything.
Also, I was making sure it wasn't just the makeup, but the texture of her
She's
skin
good at the
has
action
that
stuff. They can throw some punches.
younger
sure.
quality of V versus
So all
V.
of that's
Yeah.
been so fun. I mean, it's a real action-packed series this time around, so it's been a lot of fun for me to do that. Well, I was working on another TV
Your
series
hands.
with Younger in the US, so I'm flying to New York after that to shoot to shoot a scene in that. And
What
then
is that you're?
No, I just like to see. I like to see more.
Yeah.
Just because she's a little slouchy, she's not quite having some of the embodiedness that I associate with Shy B. Shy B tend to have a little more
wonderful.
body connection.
Snatch TV show. I think everyone wants to know
Bakula
kind
Nine.
of why
Could
Snatch,
be, yeah.
why a TV show? Because it's a film which everyone knows.
Yeah, I think TV gives an opportunity to kind of really explore that world in a little bit more depth. I love the original film, and I mean, this is a very different. Imagine it's a completely new characters set.
Yeah, definitely at first.
Film was aimed at an audience and kind of bringing them into this whole kind of cameos.
She sometimes reminds me of
Yeah, a lot has changed.
Blake Lively.
She's quite keen to.
It's animals.
She doesn't say
so
much.
scary.
No.
I'm not sure. I mean, that kind of evolved. It was yeah.
Just letting him take the lead.
We're really excited
There we
about it. I mean, we all had so much fun filming the first series, so I think we're all very happy to do another one, especially in a different location, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more.
Yeah, the way we leave season 1 is kind of leaves it open.
Yeah, let's put it at a workbench.
Mm-hmm.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're dry off with her. I'm pretty confident on that
Yeah.
one. Right. Let's see.
Do you want her name just for me? Just put WV.
E?
Workbench.
WB.
Should. He's a little young. Sorry, kid.
He gets older. Right, I think that. Well, how about Mr. Venus? Probably.
Yeah, Mr. Venus. And also-
We probably have him on the list.
He might. He
He's
looks.
a famous
I think I've seen him.
comedic actor. Is cool.
No. She's someone, isn't she?
Let's see. Imogen.
Is that the young girl that the Cratchit boy is into?
Could be, yeah. Yep, that's her. Oh, she was also in a different show. Wasn't she in Happy? Maybe
Is
it
she the
was
daughter?
I'm wondering
Not
if
sure.
she's the daughter.
You can check this database. We'll have her then if she is. Guess not.
No. No. All right. What do we see?
Well, I don't know if we have enough. I need at least 2 good pictures to bother pursuing.
Okay.
What is up that one? What does IMDb have?
Nothing. Actually.
Nothing.
All right, so we'll just have to.
Have to come back.
All right. Do you want me to put it on a workbench or?
No, because I can't even work.
Yeah.
I need at least 2 good pictures to start a case.
Okay, so I
Wow.
think this brings us to the end of Dickensian, or no? Do you have
Except,
someone else?
yes, Marley.
Yeah, probably it's in order of episodes, and he didn't.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Jacob.
Oh, there's more people here though. There's Dodger. We gotta get Dodger.
Oh yeah. Oh. Peter Firth.
Here first. I think he's down as an IZ.
Mm-hmm. You related to Colin?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Just the same last name. Why do we have to be related? We don't have to be related.
Yeah. Let's see.
Dodger.
Dodger. Interesting name. It's not familiar. Okay, I haven't seen him yet, but I think I've read in this person. You want to take a crack at it?
Oh, it's Hale.
Oh my goodness. It's fine.
There he is.
Our Lair Lab ship is sturdy.
Shoot. Tia Jai Alpha.
I was feeling pretty good about Nez, like Adob
Mhm.
knee.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Ad sub knee.
Add suddenly.
But I was leaning towards Zynie.
Okay.
The way he puckers his lips, I don't see expectancy.
Yeah. Good point.
And right there, he smiles. It doesn't look like it's traveling.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, I haven't seen one where he's showing expectancy.
No.
More outward pucker.
Ziny.
Zynie. These are our initial impressions, but yes. So I'll read. Let's see, anyone else? No. Look for major characters. Anything else is major. Yeah, that's it. Manning. Yeah, that might be it. Oh, wait a minute. One more I see up here. Oh, they look quite young. Maybe too young.
Yeah.
For Aller Twist. Yeah, we'll have to wait on that one. All right. All right, is that everything for that show then?
I think so, in terms of the major ones.
Okay. Done. Nice. Okay. We are watching Good Cop.
We are. Tony Danza.
Interesting. We were wondering, entertaining the idea this might be like Zinez, Zenai dad with Zynie, but I think it actually might be Zenai with Zynie. I didn't even know that was Josh Groban.
Yep.
He's Zynie.
Ah. I mean, he looks like a pilot.
He looks a pilot.
With
Nye. He has a full lilty voice.
Yeah.
Might be better to go to Google. They'll show mainly face shots.
Yeah, that's going into the cheeks. Yeah, cheeks.
Cool. So it's Agenez. Cool.
All right, so.
Still Ginai.
Still Ginai.
Josh Groban, still Ginai.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of characters in here, but there's a few. Let's see.
A lot of other characters, yeah. Characters in general. But, okay, so she is well, she started it off as something else, but then turned it into a cop. Right?
Do we have her? Barboa. Barbaro. I'm having fun with languages, kids. Pending. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Take a look.
Okay. I think I'm getting ad. I don't
Yeah.
feel I'm getting piercing or push, you know.
Looks odd.
Does it look odd to you? Still taking that in. Because look at her wrists.
Mm-hmm. True.
You could be right. Just because for me, she's one of the samples where I'm wondering.
Yeah, shiny or Nizai.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, look at her body frame, the fingers.
Yeah.
But a lot of she does look boxy a lot too. Although that expression doesn't jump out as she to me. But she could be shyer.
I agree.
All right, I'll keep pursuing.
All right, I will rejoin momentarily.
Let's see. All right, try to see if I can get. Sometimes when you have a sample where you're not quite sure what's going on with the face, if like it's ob or sub, it's very helpful then to, if you can, pull back and get a look at the body and or the fingers, because that can give you an idea of lines. Seems a little elongated in the body. In the shoulder area here, something to pay attention to is that the amount of baseline tensioning is the ad ob, like if this is an Izai, it tends to be a little more. They have a little more of a tawniness, a little more compactness in their body, and a slight higher degree of baseline tensioning that goes along with it. Whereas with the ad sub, Jaini, for example, they tend to have even more breaks. The ad ob, they don't have a lot of breaks in their body per se because they're ob, but they have like wiggle give, and so you will notice the yinness in how much there's like a wiggle give. But like here, I'm not saying it is, but I'm suspicious of this shoulder because it seems to have a bit of, I don't know the right word is this, but like isolation. The joints have like an isolation to them from the other joining parts of the body when you go with, actually, the both the sub mojos, the dur sub also have that, except there's more tensioning, but there is more break. There's less of a solidness in the structure. Both the ob mojos of dur and ad, the ad ob will have more wiggle to them, but they'll share what the dur ob have, which is a compactness and not like stretching away portions from the joint areas, the elbow, the wrist, and the shoulder. Let's see here. Her torso and chest and shoulder girdle is a little squared off, so I'm taking that in. But then from like the shoulder and arm, elbow, wrist, that the arm, from the shoulder all the way down to the hand, I'm seeing a little more elongation. So I'm trying to kind of dial into what exactly is I'm seeing. Like here, for example, she looks more boxy. Something I associate more with, say, ob, in this case, a Nizai. And I guess her smile is a bit sideways, that is associated with both the Nizai and Vizai, have like a Cheshire, and so the sideways action is part of that. But it has this more shy, demure quality that I associate with Jai. So interesting case. Okay, here. Do that. Is this her? For this expression she's making while working, I see Jailene making a similar kind of expression. It doesn't mean that she is a Jaini, but that reminds me more of a Jaini, the kind of overall motif, as compared to a Nizai. This look, Jailene, like I see you making looks like this when you're working on stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't be an Nizai, but I don't associate that as much.
Yeah, that's good. Good point. Okay, Shiny.
Well, no, I need to look at the video. She's tricky. So, but I'm between the two.
Okay. Do it.
Let's do it.
I actually was a dance major in Tisch, and I wanted to act, but I was shy about it, and wasn't sure how to make that change in my life. I've been doing dance for my entire life, very seriously. So
Okay, she's doing a lot of stuff with her lower
it was
lip.
actually after I graduated. I took some classes, I tried to take some electives within Tisch, and we had some required acting classes within the dance program, just like the actors have to dance. I don't know what majors you guys may or may not have. Yeah, so
She
it really
seems
started
comfortable being disengaged.
after I graduated. I moved back to San Francisco and started getting training.
And also the way she's holding the microphone,
here we are.
it has more break, more give in the wrist of the hand going backwards towards the forearm.
Yeah.
Again, you'll see like when the ad ob holds something like that, they'll be bent back a little more than you see like a dermojo, but mainly it's the softness in the wrist, the wiggle in the wrist that gives away that they're ad. But the Gini have more this collapsibility, and that's the word we use.
The dynamic between your character and Josh Groban's characters. Can you talk a little bit about that on-screen dynamic?
Yeah, actually that scene was really fun because Andy made it up on the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, the hand, there we go.
Very soft.
Mm-hmm.
This moment. And I think he said it was like one of his favorite moments between the two of us throughout the season is when he says, "Why do you torture me?" And she says, "Because I can." It was so fun. I mean, Josh and I became friends over the making of this series, and we have such a goofy sense of humor, the both of us. So it was really
The
fun.
articulation also, yeah, seems very
Really
heavier.
well.
I mean, the ad ob also have a heaviness, but it comes off as a bit more fluttery. It's still quick, although it's laden, but
Episodes go on, and I dig into the rest. Exactly.
but here has the slowness
Oh,
and the
that's always
heaviness.
exciting though to watch on screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think in this too,
Looks shiny.
Yeah.
really root for the two of them.
And the way she's also stroking the
couple that
her hand that's holding it, she's doing it with like mainly the pads.
yeah,
And that's
Right.
self-stroking with mainly the pads is something you really see a lot with the ad
fact
sub.
that we like each other. It's kind of
On that, it's interesting because we're doing the MMA bubble as well. Seeing the Jai V guys do that because they're like so jacked and they're like fighters, they're like really macho, and you know what I mean. But they still do those the strokey motions with the pads.
You do.
With mad muscles.
Man muscles. All right.
Cool, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that one. This is cool. These are all shows we're watching.
Pearl.
Oh, him. We were wondering possibly Xena. I'm also wondering Nijai. I think he looks like right there, like this picture. I'm getting Ab, and Jai in the mouth.
Yeah. Same here.
I think it's going up in the cheeks.
Yeah.
He plays a great curmudgeon guy in the show. He does deadpan so much, we were even wondering if it was a Xena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that is going into his cheeks. Yeah, and that's lift.
Nice.
Yeah, Nisha.
Nisha.
Coolio.
right.
Ryan.
Oh, that guy.
Attack.
Attack. Yeah, I was feeling pretty good about
Subnez.
add subnez.
That's Subnez.
But and the show, I was thinking maybe Ziny, but I'm look at these pictures. I'm wondering about Ziny. Excuse me.
Bless you.
I don't know. I see like a lot of emoting, doesn't it?
Does.
Like here,
Mm-hmm.
that looks.
Yeah.
It's always in that open expression. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Always, it's always that expectant.
Yeah, she's a little trickier because the role he's playing is like very tech kind of role, and also he has teeth that kind of protrude some, and sometimes that gives me the impression of trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it doesn't look like he's projecting with the emoting. He's kind of being impacted.
You want to take a look at some video?
Sure, there is any.
Let's see.